What are some things that you always have on your motorcycle? Items that you consider essential for your ride. In this video, I'm going to give you a few ideas, a few things that I always like to have on my bike, a few items that I think every motorcycle rider should carry with them all of the time. The first one is really basic, something probably everybody carries already anyways, but nonetheless, it's still very important, and I think you should have sunscreen on your bike at all times. This is a spray-on sunscreen, which is really handy because you can just quickly spray it on and get back on the bike. So I'll usually put sunscreen on every stop. You know, I used to just huff it out and I was like, I don't need sunscreen or whatever, but we'd do a bike trip or something and I would get absolutely burnt the first day and be miserable the whole rest of the time we were on our ride. And if you're camping or whatever, it's hot, you can't sleep because you're sore, and yeah, it's not good. Sunscreen solves a lot of problems. The second thing is going to be a tool roll, and this can be anything, just some essential tools for tightening down fasteners and things like that. I actually do not currently have a tool roll on my bike, because what I normally do is during the riding season, I would just get my leather bag and I would just grab tools from my toolbox, throw them in there, throw them in the bike. But the problem is then that's great for when I'm on the road, but then when I'm home, I got to dig that out and it's not very organized. So I'm just leaving my tools in my toolbox, and I actually want to just go out and buy tools and build a tool roll. So that'll be something that's coming up in a future video. But I've had different combos of tools and things. A lot of these tools behind me on the board are kind of tools that I'll use on the bike quite a bit when I'm wrenching in the garage. I just need to go over what fasteners I think I should be concerned about, things that typically can come loose. If you guys have any ideas, let me know. Things that have happened on the road, things that you've had to do a roadside repair on, and kind of what tools you think are essential. Drop that all in the comments below, and I'll be doing a video pretty soon where I make a tool run and we build a tool roll custom for my situation, my bike. But it'd be good to give people some ideas. Number 3 is going to be a first aid kit, and I'll put a link down in the description for this first aid kit, as well as a video that I did reviewing the whole kit. We pulled this thing apart, pulled out every item. This is a fantastic first aid kit. I highly recommend this. These aren't cheap, but it's really nice because it comes pre-built. Everything's in here, a ton of useful items in this bag, and all you got to do is order it, wait for it to show up, drop it in your saddlebag, and it's there if you ever need it. But the nice thing is it's got things like a tourniquet and things like that for actual serious emergencies, but also just basic stuff like sunscreen and burn cream and band-aids and things like that for if you're injured or burnt on your exhaust, or maybe you're out motorcycle camping and you get hurt or anything like that. This has got everything from basic to life-saving stuff like blood clot and things like that. Highly recommend this. This is from My Medic. I love My Medic first aid kits. I've got a few of them. I've got one in the truck, one on the bike, one in the garage. I love the fact that they're all put together with everything you need already, and I just highly recommend My Medic first aid kit. This is nice. Fits in the saddlebag perfectly. Next thing is going to be a flashlight. I recommend having a flashlight on the bike, so if you're riding, maybe it's at night, you break down, you've got some light. I really love this little flashlight from Olight. It's very small. This is the Baton 3. Super powerful light. It's rechargeable, and this has magnetic charging. But the really cool thing about this is, besides the different brightnesses and things like that, moonlight, just in case you just need a little bit of light to see something, and then turbo. Whoops. Very bright. This is a great little flashlight. But it comes with this recharging case. So on a full charge, you charge this case, drop the flashlight in, and you can recharge that little flashlight like 3.5 times with this case. You could even keep this plugged in your glove box on the Road Glide or the Ultras, or wherever you've got a USB. But other than that, just periodically take it out of your saddlebag and charge it up. and you know that you've always got a good flashlight. So breakdowns, or if you're camping or whatever, I love having a little flashlight. And a lot of times I don't leave this on my bike, because a lot of times I've actually got this flashlight clipped to my pocket, just because for work and different things like that, it's just a really nice, compact, super bright, handy light. I really love the Baton 3 from Olight, and I highly, highly recommend it. And then a battery jump pack. Now, as you can see, this one I need to repair because the positive end broke. These clips are plastic. I don't even know what brand this is because I bought it second hand. It's a 14.8 watt hour capacity, 12 volt start, 300 amp, 600 amp peak, and it's supposed to be good for 1,000 charges. I'll find one on Amazon and drop a link down in the description, just something kind of comparable. But it's really nice because this is like the size of a cell phone in a case. I mean, easily fits in a saddlebag, and then you've got this, right? So if you come out to your bike and you've got a dead battery, you can just hook this up, and then this just plugs in right at the bottom. I'm going to try really hard not to electrocute myself. And that's it. You can start the bike, disconnect it, throw it back in your saddlebag, and you're good to go. So these jump packs are very small but very powerful and super, super handy. I love these. What happened was during the winter I tried to jump the truck with it, and the plastic clip, it was just too cold, and the plastic clamp broke. So I need to either wire up a new clamp or just replace this whole assembly. But otherwise, I normally always have this in my saddlebag. And it's super great because there's not always somebody around to help you out. Like, you might be out camping or whatever and wake up in the morning and have a dead battery and you're just stuck at camp. I absolutely love that. You almost always have cell phone signal, so if something serious does happen, you come across an accident, you get hurt yourself, your bike breaks down, and it's something that you can't repair on the side of the road, having your phone with you is great, but if your phone battery is dead, you're screwed. So always carry a battery pack or somewhere that you can charge your cell phone and keep it charged ideally. I love this phone mount from Ciro. This is their cyber charger, and my roommate just put one on his bike, so here's the packaging for it. But the cyber charger from Ciro, I absolutely love. You're gonna get preferences and people saying like, this is the best phone holder, blah, blah, blah. Of course, that is all comes down to preference and what you like. But this one, the cyber charger, is definitely my favorite and the one that I recommend to everyone. It's great because the older versions of Ciro's phone mount and their premium phone holder, one of them didn't have charging at all. One of them did, but the mount itself was plugged in all the time, and then you would have to run a USB cable or USB to lightning or whatever from the phone mount to your phone. This one is completely wireless charging, so it's wired to the battery. As soon as you drop your phone in, your phone just starts charging every time. I've currently got the iPhone 12 Pro Max or whatever, so it's a big phone. Works awesome. Never had any problem with it at all. Every time I drop it in here and start the bike, my phone just starts charging and I never have to worry about it. I highly recommend this phone mount from Ciro. It's perfect. And then just as an honorable mention, you can pick these up at Harley Davidson. Everybody's probably got these, but I just grabbed it out of my saddlebag. A kickstand pad, super good. Anywhere you're at, if the tar is hot, your kickstand's gonna sink down in there in a parking lot, or loose gravel or dirt when you're camping and things like that. I just love to have one of these in my saddlebag at all times, and they just don't take up any space. So these might be like $5-6 at Harley Davidson. So I like these because they're nice and large, so they just take up a nice surface on the ground. I have seen smaller ones. In fact, I've got a smaller one around here somewhere. I'm like looking for it, like, oh, is it just right here? No, it's not just right here, but I have gotten some smaller ones, but I really like having this big disc from Harley Davidson. I think they're absolutely fantastic, and as you can see, it's been used quite a bit, so very handy. So that's going to do it for my list of essential items. Kind of ran the gamut from like just basic stuff to pretty important things, I feel like. But let me know down in the comments, what are your essential things? What do you bring with you? What do you have on your motorcycle at all times, no matter what? I'll be very interested to read your comments. I always read the comments and I always try to reply when possible. So I definitely will be seeing what you guys have to say. So if you like this video, hopefully you like this one over here because it's the one YouTube is recommending for you. Stay safe out there as always. Have a good one. And I will catch you in the next video from Touring Midwest. Be safe. Peace.